Hello, my name is Giovanni Prado, and today I will be demonstrating a quadrant streak. The reason we do quadrant streaks is to isolate certain bacteria. Today I'll be working with, as you can see right here, I'll be working with a homemade agar plate, uh, also my homemade, in, well, not inoculation loop, bacteria incinerator, and my homemade inoculation loop, which will be my pencil. All right. So the first step to doing a quadrant streak would be to sterilize your inoculation loop. This is our proper aseptic technique. So we'll go ahead and what we're doing here is burning the tip of the inoculation loop uh, so that there is no bacteria in it, which um, might have been contaminated by the air or just by anything getting touched by it. So it's usually about 10-15 seconds or until you see the tip burn bright red. And once it's nice and clean and sterile, you'll go ahead and um, you'll first dip it into a, a tube of bacteria. Um, Usually it'll be a mixed bacteria in there, so we want to go ahead and do the agar streak in order to get single colonies of a certain bacteria you want. So you'll go ahead and open the lid. You'll hold the lid with your hand. Dip the inoculation loop in order to get some of that specimen. And then once it's in your inoculation loop, you'll close the tube and you'll get started with a fresh agar plate. What you'll want to do is there'll be a lid. You'll open the lid in an angle to kind of just fit the inoculation loop in there. And then that's when you'll start doing your streak in the first quadrant. There you go. That's our first streak. After our first streak, you'll go ahead and remove it, place the lid back on, and place the inoculation loop inside the bacteria incinerator again for about 10-15 seconds in order to kill any bacteria and get a fresh sterile loop in the agar plate to kind of spread the bacteria around. So go ahead and open the lid. You'll do the second quadrant, making sure you kind of just pass the first quadrant once or twice. That'll be our second. We'll close the lid. Again, place the inoculation loop into the bacteria incinerator, 10-15 seconds. Remove it. Again, open the lid at an angle and do the third quadrant. That'll be our third quadrant. Again, now do the last step, doing the um, placing the inoculation loop into the bacteria incinerator, cleaning out the inoculation loop, sanitizing it, remove it. One thing I did forget to mention was you want to make sure to wait a bit before you place it into the agar plate. So it's not so hot. Wait a few seconds. Okay, go ahead and open the lid a bit. And for this final streak, again, you do pass it, but then you want to make longer, wider streaks. And the reason for that is so that individual colonies can grow in these long streaks, and it's easier to pick a bacteria that you want. That way you can isolate it. You close the lid. Before you're finished, you want to go ahead and clean the inoculation loop one final time, 10-15 seconds in the bacteria incinerator, and that's it.